Come on in.
I need to say, Logan, I know you're a big one.
Alrighty, so this is the torture chamber. And for the most part, you're looking at replica items. The one authentic piece we do have is the Iron Maiden. And this goes back to early 1600s Austria. And the way it was used, a person was placed inside, the doors were shut, and those spikes would actually impale the person's body. They bleed out in time, but during that time, to make it even worse, they'd open the third door, and that's where the face is. They'd open that up and toss in live animals on top of the person's head. Just a horrible, horrible way to go. And we don't know if it was actually ever used. For the most part, they were deterrents. But no captain's log, no DNA sampling, so we don't know. But if you come in at midnight, oh my God. So, do you want to hear one of those creepy stories?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So we're actually in the spot. Oh, okay, get myself chills. There's this one guy who's been working here, I don't know, probably we've been open 17 years, 16 years. He's probably been here 13 or 14. And to shut off the lights, you have to come down here, and there's switches all over the place. So he was out in the back. The lights were off already in here. He was going to the grand barrel room where we just were. And when he was in the grand barrel room, he heard what sounded like plywood falling down, like boom, and just a big smack. And he thought nothing of it. We have big poundings like that here all the time. And so he came walking back, and he's walking by this room. Again, the lights are out in here. And he's walking right by the front door there, and he hears a laugh like out of a horror movie, like that, coming from this room. And he just ran out of here. So he rarely comes down here anymore. In that grand bell room, there was a young lady who ended up moving to Chicago, and she was out here and turning the lights on in the morning. And she was walking down, she had her phone flashlight going, and she's claimed somebody grabbed her from behind, and she came up screaming. And then also in that room, two more things actually. Just recently, one of the cleaning ladies, janitor, lack of a better word, she was mopping in that room. And this is just like a month ago, I think. And she was mopping, and she said she felt something, and she looked behind her, and she says, not me, she says there was footsteps in the wet water under the floor. Yeah, I was like, ooh, okay, it's like out of Scooby-Doo or something.
And she probably didn't hear the story of the other person or the other person.
Yeah.
So,
no, because this is, we were all sitting around
independent account.
the stories we heard before. And then another one is in that room again. We used to do barrel tastings in that room, and there was a gentleman pouring the wine, and people were with their phones, taking pictures and videos. And he said, "Man, there was a ghost just on my tour, blah blah blah." And I said, "Get out of here." He said, "No, I have a video." And I said, "Okay, let me see it." And he showed me the video, and it was an energy orb, and it just went across the front of the barrel, came back, and then poof, and disappeared. And I was like, "Ooh, okay, how'd you do that?"
All right.
And then there's more, but I'll let you.
Anybody want to take a nap? And then we'll this. That's the rack.
Well, the Halloween party, this is actually the red wine and dark chocolate table. Because this is the end of the haunted tour that we have on film.
Yeah.
But the way it would have been used, the person's wrists and ankles would have been bound, and tighten them up a bit the whole thing. And then they run their ribs, and this interior files.
Stretch them and get those little. Oh, they were all
Other parts of the
yes, absolutely. Drawing boards. And live alive.
And we do one last item I'll mention down here is this little chair. And we like to call this one a hot seat. And the way it was used, the person was sat down, strapped down. Not bad, your weight displaces. But then they would put hot coils underneath. And the hot coils would hit the spikes and they would sear the person's skin. So if you want to try, you're more than welcome.
Oh my God.
You can go in if you like. It's a holding cell. The waiting room. Yeah, the waiting room.
Oh, to get tortured.
To get tortured.
Is this a replica? Like,
It's a replica. The only thing that takes down here.
Is the Iron Maiden?
Oh, okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
It's nicer than Alcatraz.
It is. Yeah. It's dry.
Yeah.
Summertime is the best place. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's start heading.